there. We're going to head down to the South Palm Circuit. Alright, let's get out of here before the corporate group comes back and blocks me in like they did earlier. Alright, we are going to have a few stop signs on the way down there, so we need to take it nice and easy. I'll let you know if we're clear, and then we can roll through those stop signs as a large group. And we're clear here at the first one, making a right. No need for everybody to stop. And clear here at the next, making a left. No need for everybody to stop. And clear here straight through this one. There are 3 racetracks down here at the members' end of the property. Off to our right is South Palm, that's where we're headed. Off to the left there's a go-kart track, and then North Palm and Desert Palm beyond that. The big tracks can be run individually, linked up in pairs, or run as one long track that's about 5 miles. We're heading to South Palm. It's the oldest of the 3 tracks. Features some really long straightaways and some fairly tight corners at either end. One more stop sign here, and then we're going to make a U-turn onto the pit lane. Before we bring the cars to a stop up here, we'll go ahead and put them into park and hop on out. There's a button on the shifter with the letter P on it. Hit that button, put them into park, leave them running. That way we don't have to reset all the modes. And come on up, meet me by the pit wall. We'll have a little chat about how this is going to work. Alright guys, follow me up the pit lane here. We're going to move over to the fast lane of the pit lane. Most pit lanes have 3 lanes. They have a fast lane, they have a transition lane, and they have a working lane. So this is kind of the proper pit lane etiquette. You're in and out on the fast lane. Hands at 9 and 3, resting your thumbs on the spokes. Left foot on the dead pedal, bracing yourself in place here. Corner here at the end of the pit lane is actually quite sharp, so we want to take it nice and easy through this tight corner here. Pit exit here on South Palm is very friendly. We can look down into the infield, see if there's any cars coming. Looks like the track is clear, so we're going to roll onto the back straightaway. This is where we're going to do our rotations, but that won't be for a couple laps yet. Heading down the back here, we're going to get our eyes up. We're looking for the number boards on the right-hand side, all the way down at the far end. 500, 400, 300. We're going to brake at the 450 point, halfway between the 500 and 400. Our hardest braking is right there. Hammer that brake pedal. We're going to be turning in at the 100. Trailing out of the brakes as we bring the car down about a car width off this first blue panel. My eyes looking out the driver's side window for the second blue panel, all the way around the far side, right down to the white line there. We hang on to the white line on the left before turning back to the right. Looking for the last white panel on the curbing on the right. That's my turning reference. down to the blue at the apex, and exiting out, using all the road out to the white line on the exit. Down the front straight, we'll be braking at the 400 board. Turn 1, slowest corner on track, very late turn in, late apex. We turn in at the last red panel before the track starts to bend. Our eyes are already looking out the driver's side window, down to the red panel beyond the blue there as our apex, and then all the way out to the white line on the exit. It's okay to brush the rumble strip, about half a tire at the most though, no more than that. Coming back to the 300, braking at the 200 for the decreasing radius corner. We turn at the 4th red panel, down to the blue at the apex, trailing out, all the way out to the white line, completely releasing the brake, and then tightening up on the steering for the second part. This corner gets tighter as we go through it. We need to make a steering adjustment. Down to the blue and out to the white line. Braking at the 200. Turning 2 car lengths after the 100. Eyes looking out the driver's side. We give up the first part of the chicane so we can maximize our radius through the second part. Down to the blue and out to the white line. Coming back across, braking a little before the 200, turning a car length and a half after the 100. My eyes again looking out the driver's side window, just beyond the blue for my apex, and exiting out, dragging my right side tires on the edge of the rumble strip. Alright drivers, that's 1 lap. I'm going to start picking up the pace now. As long as you're hanging with me, we'll go faster. Tack that brake down with the 450. Trailing out as we enter into the corner. Eyes looking out the driver's side window. Got to tell our hands what to do. Before you get to that last red panel, before the track starts to bend. Hard brake at the white line there, just before the 200. Tighten up on the steering for the second car. The decreasing radius. Give up the first part of the chicane so we can maximize our exit speed on the second car. Alright, let's do a rotation here. White car goes to the left, lift out. Roll into the end of the train. Come on guys, motor fast. Down to the last white panel with my right tires, down to the blue with my left tires, and out to the curbing with my right tires. Rumble strips get very aggressive if we get too far into them, and with our chassis set in the Sport Plus mode, we will push these cars around. So if you follow me, you'll notice I brush the rumble strip at the turning point, I brush the apex curve at the apex, and I brush the rumble strip on the exit. I'm looking for that feedback. We gotta be disciplined on how much of it we use. panel if you want to get to it. Jump on the throttle, first thing that stability control is going to do is take away your throttle. So, I don't know about you, but when I'm on a racetrack, I don't mind any taking my throttle away from me. Alright, this time down the back, let's do another rotation here. Blue car to the left. Out of the throttle, let the other two cars come through. It's all matching line. Gotta get down to that blue panel there. Down to that blue panel as well. Right, you gotta see these blue panels. Find these apexes. Apexes on the track here, not on the blue car in the back. Yeah, it looks like you're out in the dust and dirt there a little bit, but be careful here. Let's be smart. Turning in early means you apex early, means you run out of road on the exit. There'd be a little value in you riding with me for a lap or two, so we're going to ease them off on the back straight here, head on into the mid lane, and have you hop in with me for a couple laps. Staying to the right in the last corner here as we head into the pit lane. When we bring these cars to a stop in the pit lane, we'll just leave them running again, put them into park, and that way it'll circulate the coolant, keep the AC cranking. Then you can come on up, hop in my car with me. Tap that shifter to the right, follow me up the pit lane. Got a few more minutes here, we can get a few more laps in. Track looks clear. Let's roll on out there. Get back to business. Eyes up. Looking all the way to the end. Find the 450 point. We're going to attack the brake pedal as you get there. Everything you got. Turn that ABS on. Get her slowed down. Now start to corner, see where you need to go. And working the car down to that second blue panel. Back to the right, last white panel. Down to the blue at the apex. And letting it out. Use the road. Throttle, throttle, throttle. Attack that brake with 400. Spaced out there, a little less rumble in the back of your car. Half the tires okay. Braking at the 200. Notice we lose the speed. We're not really going into the corners all that fast. The goal is to have exit speed, not so much entry speed. Good guys, looking good. Rolling the throttle coming off the corner. We attack the brake pedal. We don't attack the throttle pedal. It's not the Toyota Prius driving school. You get to go full throttle every place. get knocked over by all the rocks and dust and dirt that we deal with out here, and they don't cool nearly as well as they get older. So just giving them a little bit of a rest here, get some airflow through will help them. Staying right as we head into Midland. through the pit lane, work ourselves through the gap in the pit wall here, and back up to the BMW end. Looks like we're clear. And we're clear here, straight through this one. A right and a left. We're going to loop these cars around and park them pretty much right where we found them. When you bring them to a stop this time, just go ahead and crack the windows open so they get a little airflow through them here at lunch, and then turn them off. BMWs, if you turn them off when they're in gear, it will automatically put them into park for you. So let's loop around in front of that maroon M3 here. Make a nice straight line right up behind me, snug them up nice and tight together, crack the windows, and turn them off. Make sure you got your phones, wallets, keys, all that good stuff with you.